This is a blimp.
Same.
Kyle Bowler will start on offense from the 25. Jamal Lewis makes a cut, picks up 6, fumbled the football. Hey. Lewis. Freeny almost got there. And Bowler throws it out of bounds.
Michael, I'm going to tell you, the first couple of plays, Jonathan Ogden took Freeny all the way down the line of scrimmage. Now he's got to block him. This is what all pro tackles do. Watch Freeny. He gets loose, but Ogden just stays with him and pushes him to the outside. A lot of guys won't just stay with their man that long. Jonathan Ogden just loves to pancake people and bury him at the line of scrimmage. Freeny has a lot of speed. Jonathan Ogden is aware of it.
268 against 350. Third down for the Ravens.
Another double dipper. I feel like I was here earlier today.
Let's do it at every
same
week.
spot. Let's do Monday night.
We'll get the season over in a hurry.
Bowler. Freeney from behind, and Bowler got out of there. Still running for his life. Incomplete, but a flag is down in the secondary.
Boy, I'll tell you what. Dwight Freeney is not going to get a better shot at tackling the quarterback than on this play.
Holding. Defense. Number 28. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Jonathan Ogden loses him. And I'm going to tell you, you talk about Dwight Freeney. He told us on the phone that he's really going to have to work. Watch this inside move he makes. Bang up the field. He gets inside, and Kyle Bowler, what a great job he did getting to the outside.
Kyle Bowler has done a phenomenal job recovering fumbles, hustling, aware of what's on the field, making plays with his legs in just the first 2 series for the Ravens.
Freeny, who leads the NFL with 13 sacks, had a shot number 14 and couldn't get it. Jamal Lewis, and Freeny comes crashing down the line to make that tackle along with Josh Williams. Lewis again to midfield. He's about 2 yards shy of a first down.
Have we seen some unbelievable defensive ends in about the last 3 weeks? Javon Curson, Philadelphia. Julius Peppers last night for Carolina. And now Dwight Freeney. The speed that he comes off the ball with is unbelievable.
Well, the thing about it is, if you're going to run away from Dwight Freeney, you better have someone check him on the backside, because he's one of those guys, again, with that great speed. He's down the line of scrimmage. He's going to hold you to a 1-yard gain.
3rd and 2. Lewis stumbles
until about an hour when it's over.
Play action. Bowler. Draw play, Lewis. And Lewis, 3rd and long. Bowler underneath. Colts show blitz. Back out of it. And Jamal, hit by Freeny, shakes him off and still on his feet. Jamal Lewis, the big guy with great speed, still driving.
His 4 games, as Susie referenced, 2 through the suspension.
Great to have speed, but you got to come under control. On the left, there's Dwight Freeney trying to make the tackle. Jamal Lewis breaks it. Now watch at the end of this play. You're going to see Jason David. He also breaks this tackle. He breaks the tackle. Rob Morris is the guy that has to make the play on this thing. Here comes Freeny. You got to be under control. Make the
back in. Ricard, the fullback in front of him. Draw play. Jamal Lewis. Room to run. He just lowers. And this is the way Brian Billick wanted his team to come out here in Indianapolis. Lewis again. Lewis. Chester Taylor has replaced him. Colts defense holding its own in a 3-3 tie. It's been the offense surprise that has been a problem tonight. And the Ravens, 3rd and long from inside their own 20.
They haven't gone to Todd Heap yet.
This will take.
Just getting the ball quickly out of his hand, not holding it around. Jonathan Ogden does a nice job of running Freeney around.
Bowler, bootleg.
Oh.
Taylor, nice cutback. Giants head coach serving as a consultant this year for the Ravens. Jamal Lewis.
About it. But watch him get in the hole. He sees the hole open, and he's
Off the clock.
I think you can throw it right up top to Todd Heap.
Chester Taylor.
Against this defense anyway.
Bowler wants to throw on first down, deep down.
They've done a good job of slowing this offense down. Nice job. Again, the play action sets it up.
Bowler again. Sidearm.
ball him anyway. Take a look at Darnell Dinkins coming out across the field. There is nobody around him.
Here comes Freeny.
Nobody blocked Freeny.
How does the leading sacker in the NFL get a free run?
I mean, there was just nobody. Jonathan Ogden is out on that side, and Jonathan Ogden is very upset. But take a look at Freeny. I mean, there was a tight end in there. The tight end leaves, and there's no way that Jonathan Ogden can get back out that fast to get Dwight Freeney. Not a man with that much speed.
And that takes them out of field goal range.
Talk about communication. Boy, Brian Billick is hot.
Jonathan Ogden, there was a tight end to his outside. You see it? Look at Jonathan Ogden. First of all, he's going inside, and I don't know if he thought the tight end was supposed to at least check Freeney or not, but he's not going to stop him. But the thing about it is, no one even slowed him down.
When Todd Heap released, it didn't look like he was checking anybody. He looked like he was going off on a route.
I agree with you. I'm just saying, I don't know if Jonathan Ogden thought that Heap was maybe supposed to stay, pick up that guy, or get a piece of him anyway.
What a battle it's been between Dwight Freeney and Jonathan Ogden. Talking to Ogden before the game, he said, hey, he knows Freeney is a small guy, but so fast, and this environment really helps. Comes around the corner so fast, he says, I got to get my hands on his little butt before he hits top speed. He's wiggly, he's spastic, but yet in control. Got to get him blocked, and man, has that been a problem tonight. For Freeney, it's all about that leverage, and he is stronger than people think.
Boy, he really dips that shoulder and gets in there.
Evans, you want to hit the middle of this football field.
Bowler, pressure from behind, dumps it to Chester Taylor. And Taylor trying to get to the outside.
Ball to Chester Taylor. He knows here comes Freeny on the outside. He just steps up, but he knows if he runs with the ball and they tackle him, they're going to have to take a timeout. So what he does is give it to Taylor. All right, here's Ogden again on Freeny. He's got his hands at his throat, and he pushes him right by the quarterback. Now, I'll tell you what with the problems that Freeny is causing, because Kyle Bowler is seeing him in his eyes. And I tell you, yeah, he is, and it's making him move.
Bowler from the shotgun. Looked like Ogden started early that time.
False start. Offense, number 75.
And he did.
5-yard penalty.
We're seeing
Second down.
two great players. Jonathan Ogden really concerned about Dwight Freeney, and Peyton Manning really concerned with a lot of movement by the Baltimore Raven defense. There, see Ogden sort of lean back a little bit, and Freeney says it was him.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you something. The defensive tackle was in a neutral zone, and that's what made Jonathan Ogden move.
Bowler too high for more.
Freeney was there again.
I know. He stays back there.
Oh.
You know what? If I were Jonathan Ogden, I may just back up a little bit and wait on him. Because he's going to get back to the quarterback anyway.
Well, you know, that's part of the rule change they made again for offensive linemen. You can go a little bit further back, but you can't go back past the belt of what would amount to be the center.
Look at Jonathan. He's cheating as much as he can.
Bowler throws a line drive, and this one is picked off by Mike Doss. Consistently run away from people. Chester Taylor comes in. Gets it. And Bowler straight back to throw. Colts show a four-man line. There comes Freeny from the backside. This pass thrown underneath and incomplete. And Freeny is really giving Ogden fits.
Well, Freeny is so fast, and he's got Ogden. Now look at Jonathan Ogden's trying to back up to get to him. And Freeney's already by now. Once he's by, and he's taking that short route to Kyle Boller. Kyle Boller either has to do one of two things. Either go deeper or step up quicker.
That's what they do, but Kyle Boller is going to need to contribute more, and Boller throws to Heath. And he is a Pro Bowler. Another fake by Boller. They get involved in the passing attack late in the third quarter. Boller again wants a screen. Lewis.
Plus play action will slow Freeny down just a half a step maybe for Ogden.
2nd and 4. Lewis. Big hole.
You know, you're talking about Ogden. Watch him open this hole. Ogden's going to cut off going down. Left of your screen, 75. Look at this hole. Here comes Jamal back inside, and Jonathan Ogden just seals it off.
Monte Rieger just couldn't get around that block.
Well, if you go around him, you're out of bounds.
Literally a city block.
Lewis again, this time inside. Boller, good protection, throws. Freeny flying off the edge and got there in time to mess up the timing.
I'll tell you what, nobody's that fast. Nobody is that fast coming off the end. Dwight Freeney has been doing this all night. Look at the speed. They're still sitting in their stance when he comes off the line of scrimmage. That's unbelievable.
He's got to be offsides. And this is supposed to be a screen. And screens, you're supposed to just bump the guy and then release. Well, that doesn't work with Freeny.
Lewis. Draw play, Chester Taylor. Trying to get back in this game. Here comes the blitz. Draw play. Lewis still on his feet.
At the right top part of the screen. The big guy.
Boller. And that
Again.
Well, this should be 4th and 8.
I don't care.
4th down. Boller to throw. To the end zone. He
Touchdown.
held on. $40 million for cancer research. Boller underneath. Low play for Jamal Lewis and the Ravens here. 3rd and a long yard. Boller instead will throw for it. And Boller will get. 4-man rush. Boller throws underneath. Incomplete. David with a nice job on Todd Heath, the tight end.
Dwight Freeney caused Kyle Boller to make an off-balance throw. He puts that really great spin move on Ogden again. Watch this. Look at this up and under, and you see him. He flashes right.
And boy, there's no back off in Freeny, is there?
No back off in Brian Billick either. Going for it again.
One thing that Freeny does, and that's he always gets in the view of Kyle Boller, and that's what's distracting him.
Blitz coming. Boller throws.
And brought it into his body.
Boy, and the frustration on the face of Jonathan Ogden. He is not used to people doing anything like that to him.
Speed kills.
As time is running out, and the NFL's leading sacker, Dwight Freeney, make that 14.
Freeny is going to be loaded up against Ogden again. Boller takes off. And when was the last time you saw this? Jonathan Ogden, the all-world left tackle, is getting help. Someone back there waiting for Freeny to help him out.
All right, here comes Jonathan Ogden. Just take a look at here comes Freeny, and that's Jamal Lewis that came in. He actually trips. He doesn't much help him. You know, on the play before this, Dwight Freeney, they had Todd Heap on the line of scrimmage. Dwight Freeney peeled off and covered Heap man to man.
Jonathan Ogden's not used to have help.
Makes it inside move and got him.
He's beat him 5 times on that same move. What Freeny does is he gets into Ogden's body, and then he just spins off. Jonathan Ogden cannot get his hands out on Dwight Freeney.
Well, Jonathan Ogden is doing, watch how slow he is with this move. See, he gets that back foot open, and when he gets it open, now Freeney goes inside. Jonathan Ogden can't get back. The only way, and he actually held him, and he still got the sack.
Freeny is conducting a clinic for speed rushers. He now has a league-leading 15, and it's 3rd and 15 for the Ravens with the clock running. That time Ogden held him. Jamel White makes the tackle. Freeny, 10+ sacks his first 3 years, and look at the list that he becomes a part of. Reggie, Derek, and Javon. Holy cow. And now the Ravens have to go for it. 4th and 9. Bowler hit. Jamal Lewis somehow makes the catch.
Oh! It's important to get plays, but watch this. This ball is tipped by a Colt.
Robert Mathis came in near, outran 2, threw another out of the way, ran over another. Here goes White. And White, the Ravens still need 2 scores. Bowler gets that against the Steelers. Bowler out in the flat. Also 8 and 6.
Go next week and possibly setting the record there.
Bowler
Contest tonight.
Another 4th down situation for the Ravens. Intercepted by Cato June. He lost the last one. He's got this one. And Cato June.
I think Tony Dungy's a little bit torn here, to be honest with you.
Oh, I'm sure he is. But he is doing the class thing. And Peyton Manning understands it.
And don't you believe that those Baltimore Ravens don't appreciate it also? And
Absolutely.
they'll remember that.
Look at the respect
appreciate it.
between a great defense and a great quarterback.